Geoffrey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the warmth and generosity of that welcome, to which I hope I am equal. I am conscious that I've got what might be considered to be the Death Watch slot. A lot of you are probably thinking, I'm absolutely gasping for a cuppa and possibly for something else on top, and I don't want to separate you from your tea for any length of time. The second thing I say at the outset is that I'm also conscious that I'm following a real expert in Professor Pat Howlin, and I don't come before you as an expert at all. I come before you as someone who is passionate about this issue and who wishes you hugely well. I was elected Speaker of the Commons 3 and a bit weeks ago, and since taking up that post, it has been my responsibility and privilege to preserve a complete impartiality as between members of one political party and another, and for that matter, as between members of parties on the one hand and independent members of Parliament on the other. It is, it seems to me, entirely in sync with the approach that I take in the chair that Geoffrey and Research Autism have very shrewdly decided to invite both the Leader of the Opposition, David Cameron, and the Minister of State for Care Services, Phil Hope, to address this important conference. And why am I, you might think, slightly cheekily and self-indulgently asking for the privilege to speak to you very briefly? And the reason is, as I've hinted, that I'm passionate about this issue. I've got the highest regard for Research Autism, for whom it was a privilege for me to host an event in the House of Commons last year. I know that it operates a niche place in the autism market, if I can put it that way, in the sense that it is specifically and dedicatedly focused upon the subject of research rather than on the miscellany of other issues appertaining to autism, with which a panoply of other organisations and individuals regularly deal. And I did want us to say that I think, as a living example of the translation of personal experience and individual concern into a drive to make life better for other people, there is no one better than Geoffrey. So don't bother about me. What I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to give Geoffrey a terrific round of applause. Look, ladies and gentlemen, David Cameron's own personal life story and the experience that he and Sam have had as parents is hugely well known to the country as a whole. I am not in the business of seeking to compare my experience as a parent with David's or to make a direct comparison between my experience of that of anybody else.